Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I'm not a supporter or a defender of Queen Elizabeth II in any way. I have nothing for or nothing against her. That's another country's and other people's, traditions, cultures, political system, whatever, and you gotta respect that. The problem is, you can protest certain kind of things that certain kind of people did or did not do, and that's your right. But on the other hand, you have to pick the right time to do that, I think, if you want to be considered decent or civil. If not, you will destroy the message. For instance, let's say there's a funeral of of a criminal, and you did not like the criminal. I'm not talking about Queen Elizabeth and a criminal. They're not together on this, so just don't get to that idea. I'm just saying how people might see a certain individual. So let's say that's a criminal, or a person. I say that person is a criminal. That's my opinion on that person. I will not show up at that person's funeral and try to kick the coffin in before it's supposed to go down. You know what I mean? And hold some little sign saying the criminal or something. It's not the right time, even if you disagree greatly with that. You can obviously not come and kick it, but you can do the whatever. But is that good taste? No, it's not. Is it decent? No, it's not the right time, not the right place. So the thing is, you have cultures and cultures, and certain cultures, something like this happen, and it doesn't seem not even very, no, it seems normal or not out of normality. In other cultures, it's interpreted as it is a very abnormal behavior. So what happened here? We have here an article from Deadline, Yahoo, and it's from September 17th, 2022. Man grabs Queen Elizabeth's coffin at Westminster Hall, laying in state, swiftly arrested. So this person did something. Let's see what this guy did, all right? Police have arrested a man who broke away from the queue of mourners in Westminster Hall and ran towards Queen Elizabeth's coffin, where he pulled at the flag. The incident, which happened on Friday evening, shocked spectators who had been waiting for 12 hours to view the late Queen's casket in the ancient hall. So, he pulled the Royal Standard flag before being apprehended. Well, this is what this person did, and probably has, something to say about, the Queen or the monarchy, and that is his freedom, liberty. He can say that, freedom of speech, which is, I know, United States, Great Britain doesn't have it as the United States has it. Great Britain doesn't have it as the United States has it. Even if we have it, they still trample it whenever they feel like. But let's move on. So let's go. If people are civilized in someone's, procession, funeral, whatever it is, all right? You don't do these kind of things. And you do it in certain countries and certain cultures. I tell you that for sure. And you do even worse. You just show up and you mow everybody else. I mean, we see here in the United States happening at, there were incidents in funeral processions in the cemetery, and some people just drove by, stop and mowed people and start shooting in the cemetery. Well, some cultures are like that. And not only some cultures, some people. But the cultures are formed out of people. It's not a culture. It's the people who form the cultures. And then, the culture exists because the people see things. And then you have a culture who changes people. And it's like a revolving door. No, why do I say this is really not the right thing to do? Obviously, we agree with that. But the thing that it happens in England, or whatever, Great Britain, however you wanna call it. I know people who say, "Oh, England, same thing as Great Britain." I do not know, but I want to put all the civilization, culture together with it. So the fact that happened over there, it's very concerning. I don't know if that happened before in such a situation, funeral and so on. And it happened. That's bad. I'm going to give you an example, how a culture versus another culture. But this is an observation, and you look at it however you want to look at it, okay? Obviously, you have the right to do whatever you want, but here it is. When I used to live in Romania, I used to watch soccer. Not very much a fan of everybody playing soccer, but you know, just the best ones. So I used to watch and see different stadiums and people in the stands, and how the stadiums were, the pitch was protected from the fans. And I saw that in many, many, many countries, and how many, officers or protection, or how do you want to call those people around, the word doesn't come, you know, just being around and keeping order. And how the stands where the supporters were, how much access they could have had to the pitch, to the players. And this is what I found. In Romania, they had fences, okay? Fences, and they had police. So if the tried to jump over, they would be apprehended by the law and order officers or whatever they were. The fences, now the fences in Romania were not taller than 6-7 feet high, 6 feet, maybe like that. So you could just grab it like this and jump over. So it was not like, oh my God, we're gonna make it 50 feet high. Now, it's not about passion here. The soccer players, football players are all passionate. So believe me, it's not that, oh, the Romanian fan is not as passionate as the French fan. I don't think so, right? They're all crazy, because that's passion, like crazy. Now, I watch, for instance, the San Siro, which is in Milano, in Milan. And I watched over there and see how they have protected it. And you could see bigger fences, and you have plastic fences. They could see, and they bang and so on, higher. Okay. Different kind of culture. And again, you have the protection people over there. Then I watched the South American, which was the worst. South American fences were, I don't know, like 1,000 feet high. People climbed on them, jumping on them, law enforcement and so on. Maracana in Brazil, the biggest arena that used to be. I don't know if it still is, but it's not functional anymore. Maracana, like 200,000 they say, people being able to be over there. They had a big ditch, like, I don't know, like 10 feet deep, 10 feet long, and like all around that these guys could not jump. If they jump in, they can jump out. And fences and those guys, just look at Boca Juniors, for instance, and see how they have fences 1,000 feet tall. Okay, look in Argentina, as I said, and other you know, Vasco da Gama and other soccer. So they are other different. They are expected that these guys are going to jump in. And then I looked over the English. You know how they had their fields? You can walk over the commercials, which are like this tall, like 3 feet tall, the commercials where you have names of the whatever sponsors. You can walk from your chair, pack, 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 climb over, and you're with the soccer players in the pitch. You know what? You don't see anybody jumping, and they were crazies. Fans yelling. They would not jump over that in and go in the pitch. Why? You're not gonna like it. A culture, a different culture. We call it civilization. They did not do it. They did not have to put 50 feet or 6 feet or whatever tall. The passion was the same. Believe me. Yes, they have here and there some boys, you know, getting the ball and so on. And you can sometimes see people over there, law and order, but you could cross that. Nobody can catch you if you just decide to jump over. So that's a different kind of things. Look at this procession. No fences, no barbed wire, no bars, no nothing. And you have this guy who jumped over or whatever, and he did what he did. If that would have been probably in, I don't know, let's say Romania, you would have 50 incidents of this kind, or more, or even worse, someone even kicking or kicking the coffin, and who knows what. If you would have it, let's say in South America, maybe you would have some other kind of behavior. This is according to what I saw in soccer. That's it. Look, for instance, how the procedure. Did you see Diego Armando Maradona's burial? Did you see how that was the procession on the street? Just look, watch it. Famous soccer player, fantastic. Look how he was carried through Argentina's streets. Look, for instance, and I'm gonna look how a procession is, for instance, in Iran when someone is killed, with the coffin is. Look in Palestine, and look in Great Britain how it is. Isn't that a big difference? It is. You might like one, you might like the other one. Well, I like the British, how they do it. But it seems like they changed it. They lose that. Protest how much you want, but maybe it's not the right time. Maybe it's not the right place. And maybe that's not the right behavior. Certainly it's not the right behavior. But things change. Things change. The Romanians jumping over the fence, or the other guys being climbed on those 30 feet tall or 50 feet tall fences, and jumping over the big ditch, or things like this. Those are common in some cultures. In Romania, that's common. It's not like, oh, okay, but it's not common in other cultures. Well, I like that culture more. That's was the reason why I came here. It's just a different. I want order, discipline, decency, civilization. Going up, not stagnating or decreasing to the mob and to the subculture. I don't want the subculture to become the main culture, like in Romania. That's how it became. That was the reason why I said I can't live here with these guys. This subculture is pushed as the main culture, and I don't like that. And I am not like that. I don't want to be with these guys. I gotta leave. That's why people say, why don't you go back to Romania? To do what? To mingle with these guys that if you don't act, if you act in a certain way, I would say civilized, you'll be called this and this and that. And you have to act like a thug. I'm generalizing, but it's not really like that. But I left because I saw the school, I saw the mass media, and I saw the political system, where they were going in the same direction. Thugs. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.